and welcome back to my channel. My name is Bree Buonomo. Hi if you're new here, or hey if you've been here before. And I am currently doing a writing sprint with Kelly Wright. I have a couple things to do today and I have my little list, so I just checked off one. It is Sunday, April 2nd, and it is day 2 of Camp Nano and the first real day that I'm vlogging. I have been just kind of doing my own thing and not really vlogging much, but I meant to vlog. You know how it goes. So I wrote my first poem of the month yesterday. My goal for the month is to write a poem every day. And I've been using the Escape April prompts. So they started, I believe it was like 5 years ago now, but basically for National Poetry Writing Month, which is April, they give a prompt a day to help people kind of get inspired to write poetry. And yesterday's prompt was Vision of the Future. And I really liked the idea of the poem that I wrote. It came pretty quickly to me, probably because I've been thinking about a lot of the things that I included in the poem. And today's prompt is eavesdropping, which I think I might dig into some past stuff, like childhood stuff for this poem. So basically, like, all of my themes are centered around the idea of being angry, or that's my intention anyway. I may or may not want to self-publish a poetry collection. I'm still debating it. I have no idea what I would be doing if I dive into self-publishing, so I'm just kind of making poems to maybe go around this theme right now, and that theme is being angry. So that's what we're going to be doing. But so far today, I've had a really good day. I worked out. I did kind of like Zumba and dance for an hour, and I could definitely feel like I'm going to be in pain tomorrow because I'm trying to get back into some good routines with exercising. And yesterday I did a 3-mile walk outside with my mom, so we've been having some good times. Now today I am in the sprint. I actually only have 6 minutes left, so part of the 6 minutes is me doing this vlog intro so I can keep up with it. Then I have to post an Instagram photo, so on Sundays I post for Sweet Melissa's Gifts, and you can check her out on Etsy. My link is down below and my code is SAVE10. But I have to post a picture of my jewelry of some sort. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that yet. I just have to figure out which piece I'm gonna include today and take the picture and set it up and everything. I also have to upload a video for my March wrap up. So the video is done and edited. I just have to upload it and then like do all like the thumbnail and all that kind of stuff. So I have a couple pieces to that. Then I want to write my poem. And then lastly, for my anthology, I have to write up to a 500-word bio for the anthology. So like the anthology is going to have like our pieces and then like the about us and our pictures and stuff like that right after our pieces. So I have to figure that out because that's due by Tuesday, and I have no idea what I'm going to say for 500-ish words, maybe less. So I think I'm just going to take what my 75-word bio was for Instagram and just expand on that a little bit and maybe look up some things on how to write a bio. So I'm going to do that. And then once I get all of this like social media and writing stuff done, I have laundry to fold in the background, which I don't think it's in this shot, thankfully, but I have a bunch of clothes to put away. I have clothes on my bed to fold, and then I have clothes in my little hallway that need to be folded, and then I have to take another like basket downstairs to be washed. I just have a lot of laundry that I'm really behind on. So that is going to be our evening. It is 7:20 right now. I have a lot to do in like 2 hours. I would like to get in bed so I can start reading and powering down by like 9 o'clock tonight. That's where we're at. Welcome to the vlog. I'm wasting time, so I'm gonna peace out of here for now, and I'll check back in a little bit. Hi friends, it's me. It is 9:11. So I, for the most part, got all my stuff done except for folding the laundry. I just wrote my poem, so Eavesdropper was the title. This one took a little bit longer for me to think about. As I said, a lot of my poems are angry, and it finally came, and I really like this one. I like the play of words that I'm trying to use. I may of course need to edit it a little bit, but like I love like the hardness of the words because I feel like it makes sense with what I'm trying to convey. And I feel like I need to share this with someone. Like I said, it probably needs to be edited. All of my poems, like, I pretty much write a one draft. I like what I write, but I understand too that like they still need editing. But really like this one. It kind of took me by surprise and comes from a comes from a deep place. So it is 9:12. I have work in the morning. I do plan on getting up at 5 like I normally do, and I would like to do a little bit of a workout. I'm only thinking maybe like a 15-minute workout just to kind of get my blood flowing and stop doom scrolling in the morning, because I wake up at 5 and then I don't do much with my time, so I would like to stop that. So that's what we're gonna do, because it's a short week and I feel like I can motivate myself tomorrow to get on a good track. And that will also help because then I can study a little bit when I get home instead of feeling like I have no time to like work out, study, and go to dinner. So we're gonna go ahead and fold the laundry. I almost did everything I wanted to do except for stripping the bed. I wanted to strip the bed and rewash all the sheets. I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow night, which isn't the worst, but it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do today. But I'm feeling really good and accomplished, and I'm in a good mood. This is a good day today. So I'm happy that I at least got to write something, and I got to write some poetry, and I feel good about where I'm at with everything. I submitted my bio for the anthology. I uploaded my video, which will go live tomorrow, which is April 3rd. And now I'm going to go fold the laundry and listen to the audiobook. I'm currently listening to Know My Name by Chanel Miller. This details Chanel Miller's pretty much her time during the trial of her sexual assault from Brock Turner. And I am just very impacted by this, and it really is changing a lot of my thinking about myself and who I am as a woman in society. And it's very well written, and it's just very emotional. So I would highly recommend it, but it's a lot of trigger warnings for sexual assault, so be warned. But I'm really invested in the story, and I think I'm going to continue listening to that as I power down, finish the laundry, and get ready for bed. So I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, or whenever I see you next. Hello, my friends. It is Saturday, April 8th, and I really had all intentions of vlogging a lot, and you know, life hates me. So can't even tell you when the last time I vlogged was. I tried to vlog a clip, but it was such a hot mess that I just decided to scrap it. I didn't like what it was, and yeah, this room is a disaster right now. So let me catch you up to speed. So last weekend when I started this vlog, I worked out Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, and I worked out a lot. And I haven't really worked out that way in 2 years. So my body, Monday night, decided as I was doing the dishes, was like, oh, guess what? You didn't stretch, you didn't do what you're supposed to, and you did way too hard. So let's just pull your back muscle. My lower left side of my back was awful, to the point where I could barely function. It got really worse during the night, and I was trying everything I could for most of the week. I was icing it, I was heating it, I was taking hot baths and showers, I was taking medicine, I was putting things on it. Oh, it was so bad. And honestly, like, I couldn't really do much, so I really wasn't vlogging anything because there was nothing for me to do. I did write a poem every single day, so we're still going really strong. I just finished up my poem number 8 for today, and the prompt was synapse. So I wrote a poem called Misfire, and I used the word synapse in that. And so far, I'm really liking the poems I'm writing. I've had a lot of people, I've shared them with a few, like, here and there, and had people read them, and I had a lot of people tell me that they are really good. Poetry's subjective, so I always am just like, okay, thanks, I don't know what to do with this. But they're very personal poems. I knew I was challenging myself to like really dig deep into the wounds that I have, and I've been delivering, in my opinion. Now, I'm not saying they're great at this point, but I am proud of what I'm writing because they are so raw, and they could be very triggering for people. So I would have to, like, if I ever put a poetry collection, there would have to be lots of content warnings for this because there's a lot of things that are very heavy in it. But yeah, so I've been still writing my poetry, but I haven't really done much, and I've been in a lot of pain. This is actually the first day that I'm functioning for the most part. On Thursday, on the 6th, I could not get out of bed without assistance. My pain was so high that I just sat and sobbed for 20 minutes because I couldn't move physically, and I didn't know what to do because I couldn't, like, my body wasn't functioning, and like I was telling, my brain was saying do something and I couldn't do it. So that was insanely stressful, and it was just uncomfortable, and I almost had to call off work, but I also needed to go into work to get things, so I couldn't call off. It was just a really bad day, but I was thankful that I was able to come home. It was a half a school day, so I got to come home early, and I tried to take it easy. And then I got some like patches to put on to try to like numb the pain so I could sleep better, and they have been working, I think, because today this was the first day that I was able to just like get out of bed. Like I got out of bed fine. There was pain, but I could do it, because every other day I have to like either move my legs physically with my hands to get out of bed, or I had to do it so slow because every single like second was torture. So I hope that we're on the right track for tomorrow because this was awful. I do not wish chronic pain on anybody or short-term pain on anybody, because just having this for this week like derailed my life so bad, and I feel for people who deal with this even more constant than I've been dealing. I have had back issues because when I used to play sports in high school, and I came down hard one time and jolted my like spine, I think. So I'm prone to having like pulled muscles in my back, as well as pinched nerves and sciatic problems. So this is not new for me, but this has been the worst pain in my life. So I'm hoping we're moving past this. So I'm sorry I haven't been vlogging. I am so like disoriented though, because of how much stuff I've had to do in my house. So everything's a mess. And I just took a breather to do some video games because I haven't really played in forever, and I've been doing really well with my poems. So I'm like, I'm gonna treat myself, because tomorrow we're gonna write Mermaid more. But I just had my energy drink. I have the Alani Blue Slush. It was so good. So I just drank that to try to give me a boost, and I have a lot of laundry I have to finish. I have 2 baskets behind me to fold. Then I have to take all my bedding and wash it, and since it's already 7 o'clock, I need to like get the bedding going because we're gonna have to sleep in it. I gotta get going so I can, go to bed at some point normally tonight. I just want to check in to say that things are going really well, and I am kind of somewhat sharing my poetry on Instagram. So either in my stories, or maybe at the end of the month, I may share a poem or two in my actual page feed. So be on the lookout for that if you are interested in poetry. Otherwise, I just started reading A Long Stretch of Bad Days by Mindy McGinnis. It is like a small town, like uncovering secrets vibe book, kind of like mystery thriller, and I love Mindy McGinnis, and so far this book is delivering. I think I'm on chapter 10, and I'm listening to it on an audiobook just because I was able to get it through the library Libby app, and I wanted to get to it sooner. So I'm reading that, and I'm gonna go do the laundry, and maybe I'll have some footage for tomorrow, but I am living and breathing, and we're getting better each day. I just have to know my limits, that I can't go ham in workouts when I haven't worked out for 2 years. So we're gonna try not to do that moving forward. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. It's me, and it is Monday, April 10th at 3:39. I am done with work for the day, and I have made good progress in my poetry for the month. I have been writing poems every single day, so I have not faltered on that, and I feel really good about the poems that I'm writing. It's just not a lot to talk about because poems are so short. Some days, like, I whip them out pretty quickly, and then I might edit them a little bit. Some days it takes me a little bit longer to get in the flow, and I'm a little bit more meticulous about what I'm writing. It just kind of depends on the day. But I'm doing well with the poetry that I'm writing. I don't know why, like, I feel very out of sorts today. Nothing bad or anything like that. I feel like there's so many things I need to do / want to do, and I'm having a hard time finding the motivation to do any of them. So I did try to study for a little bit. I feel good about the studying I did. I wrote my poem for the day. I did the work that I needed to do, but I just feel like I want to just sit and write and not have to have these obligations, like studying for my exam and stuff like that. So I've been wanting to write Mermaid, but I put off writing Mermaid for the last week, pretty much. I didn't really do anything in that. So I'm taking it in stride. Like, I know that if I want to make my goals, I do have to write and get there, but it's just really hard to focus right now. And if I don't study and I write instead, then I have like this huge looming guilt over me that like, your test is in 2 weeks from today. You need to get stuff done so you don't fail. And I don't think I'm gonna fail because I feel like I'm doing good with my studying and like I know the information, but it's still like super nerve-wracking. So I think I said this earlier in the vlog or maybe in a different vlog, but once my test is done, I feel like this huge weight is going to be lifted off my shoulders, because once I take that test, I never have to take that test again. As long as I pass, it is out of my life forever, and that'll be a huge relief. I'm just hoping that in 2 weeks when that test is done, like that big weight is gonna be gone and then I can actually focus on the writing. I did do some fun things. So me and my friend Kelly Wright, who is publishing under Veronica King, we are talking about writing a romance together, like a new adult romance. And it is the opposite of, you know, what we would normally have as like, you know, a spicy new adult romance, but we want to actually focus on 2 characters who are asexual but have a very strong romantic connection. And I feel like it's a nice little nuance book that like we don't get to see much rep in. So we were just talking about like brainstorming ideas for that and who our characters might be and their quirks and stuff like that. And it was really fun. So I did take a break to do some plotting a little bit, you know, just characterization and stuff like that, character sheets with her. And that's been like my weekend pretty much. I've been reading. I have been taking care of the puppies. It was Easter weekend this past weekend, and we went to dinner with my husband's family, so that was nice. And yeah, now it's Monday. Also, I have like, I don't know where I want to go next, because me and my co-writer, Caitlin, who we wrote our rom-com in the year, we also have different projects that we started years ago, and we kind of took like a 2-year hiatus from the one project. I'm pretty sure back in 2020, we started doing the Rework Chronicles. That was a playlist that I created on my YouTube channel, and that was pretty much us reworking our book that we had created together, and that was the first book we ever queried, and I ever queried too. So that has been rearing back up again based on some conversations that I had with my co-writer as well as other people. Like last night we watched Shazam, me and my husband, and I talked about, like, as I was watching it, how unrealistic superhero movies are. And, you know, with the obvious aside, the fact that if we actually had supernatural beings in the world, and like, you know, we're watching Shazam and how a lot of destruction was happening. Like the city of Philadelphia is completely wrecked in that movie. And it's like, we would never have a working economy if superheroes were the norm and this is how life was, unless you had superheroes who could also like build things back up together. But you know what I mean? Like they just wouldn't be running around. And that's a big theme in the book that me and Caitlin were working on, where it is a futuristic dystopian, and it's in a different world though. So it's like a high fantasy dystopian world. And that is what the government does, is that they like really regulate people with supernatural abilities in order to use them, or they eliminate them. Like if they pose too much of a threat or can't be controlled, or their powers are like useless to the government, then they're offed. And that's like a small trail in that book, like through the larger plot, because it is about like a revolution and stuff like that too. But because of all this talk, I just really want to work on that novel again. It's been so long, and I feel like there's so much marketing potential with that book that I feel like with my mermaid, working on my mermaid, the next book I might want to go back to would be Demetria's book, which is our main character. And I just have a lot to think about, because I also want to write my vampire story. Like I have so many stories in my head right now, and I just want to finish something, but I also don't have the willpower to finish something right now. So my brain has been combusting. That's where that is just, you know, a piece of my mind, because I have so many things to do and I'm like getting bogged down with wanting to do them all but not being able to do them. Where does that leave us? Let's recap real quick. I'm writing a poem every single day. That's going really well. I'm not doing really well with much of the other fantasy works in my wheelhouse that I've been wanting to write, mainly Mermaid, but also the other ideas that have been coming back. And I've also started plotting something else with another co-writer. So things are chaotic. So I am doing a Discord sprint, and I just decided to kind of end the vlog here. So I'm sorry it's been a little chaotic, but yeah, we are going strong even though my mind is crazy. So On that note, thank you guys for watching. Let me know how camp's going for you. Let me know if your brain is also being this way. I feel like this time of year with like spring and summer just on the horizon, things get a little squirrely. And I hope that you guys could get something out of this vlog because I feel like it was a whole lot of nothing. But that's it for me today. I will be vlogging again for this month and I'll post that when I can. But for now, everyone have a great time with camp, and until next time, I'll see you then. Bye.